This episode of Background Noise is brought to you by Trident Clothing Shop. Now listen, y'all, this is a brand new clothing company that's taken the public by storm, with not only a badass line of clothes and accessories, but a strong message behind it too. Trident Clothing Shop's goal is for you to go out and challenge yourself, be the best version of yourself you can be, and achieve all your goals. And shit, even look great doing it too. But don't take my word for it. Go ahead and click on the link that's underneath the video in the comment section. Check out the website. You be the judge. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and let's get this shit started. What is up, everyone? It's me, Kane, and this is the next episode of Background Noise, and I am officially punched out for the rest of the weekend. One of the perks of my new job in EMS is every other week. The way my schedule works out is every other weekend I have a 3-day weekend. And last week, just got finished placing itself firmly inside of my ass, making itself comfortable all week, and just foobarring me. And I was definitely ready for a break. And so I was going for my run, and I was looking up at the sky, and I completely forgot that we were having like some sort of super moon, and the moon was fucking huge, and it was like bright orange, and just, it was so incredible. I was flabbergasted by that shit. And then I was fucking trotting along, and I was, thinking to myself like, man, I've just been so stressed lately, and I've been so worked up and fed up with, utter, just the regular bullshit of, my daily life and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, that moon has been around so goddamn long. It's seen like the ending of species. It's seen like, complete and utter like global, meltdowns and freezes and ice ages and all this shit, and meteors striking, for what could be a billion years. Who the fuck knows? And who the fuck am I in all this? Recorded human history, if you were to put the life of the universe, or let's just say Earth even, in like a calendar year, let's just say the life of Earth is in a year. Recorded human history would probably be around the last 3 seconds. And here I am fucking worried about, a debt that I've accumulated through mistakes, and also trying the whole college thing, and just, here I'm worried about, I don't know, my hair's too fucking long. This cowlick's pissing me off. I don't want to look stupid. Or, and just worried about petty bullshit along with everyone else. And I just overhear conversations of just stupid drama and just people just fucking making life harder for other folks just because they're in a shitty mood. And here I am thinking like, okay, like, how could we worry about this so much to where it will dictate the way that we communicate with other people? And how bad is your situation to where you can be shitty to someone else, or you could, be shitty to yourself by not, bettering yourself in a way that could be beneficial? Like, I'm not saying everyone has to go by the same exact path, but I think it's very, very important to have goals and to set goals and to challenge yourself, with shit that you're not used to. It gives yourself purpose. Some people have there's lots of different reasons to give someone purpose. Like some people, their purpose is found through religion. I'm personally I'm not religious, and some people's purpose is to bury themselves in work and get better at their job and pursue a career. And that's another thing too. And I'm finding out more and more that my purpose is just to do myself the service by anything I try to the utmost, capabilities that I can, give my, all, because the most valuable thing that we have, is not even the currency that we use. It's the most valuable currency we have is time. Because it doesn't matter how much fucking money you have in the world. If you run out of time, what the fuck are you going to do with it? And I'm realizing more and more now that I would much rather, get paid a little bit less and have an opportunity to, still pay my bills, get a savings, and have enough time to where I can pursue other hobbies and just do other things to stimulate myself, because I know that I will get burnt out so easily just doing the same shit over and over again, and just, I don't want to be on my deathbed and look back and wish I did something else. Like I wish I went this route instead of this route, or I wish I tried that one thing that I never really gave a true fire shot. And I moved out of the house early, and I kind of consumed myself in my work, because I used to think that to be successful was to have a lot of money, dress nicely, have a nice car, pretty much have the things around you dictate, your social status. Which kind of brings me to that other thing too, that lately I've been kind of looking at people as more of a species, more than, just like, neighbors, or just like, everyday people that you see on the streets and stuff like that. I'm starting to see these highly evolved chimpanzees that wear certain clothes in order to present themselves in a different social status, or like a higher rank position in the social chain, or like talk differently to some people than others because of maybe like the clothes they're wearing, or the color of their skin, or just like the job title that they have, or the amount of money that they have. It's fucking stupid, because I'm finding out more and more at this job, at the end of the day, it does not fucking matter, how much money you have in the bank. Once your time runs out, your time fucking runs out. And a lot of times it's sudden. It sneaks up on you like fucking a robber in a dark alley, or AIDS or something like that. And sometimes it's not fucking pretty. Like, I go to a lot of nursing homes in my job, and there's some folks that really do belong there. Like, maybe they don't have any family members that can take care of them, or or a spouse that can't take care of them, and they can't take care of themselves. And, that's like the best place for them. I understand that. But what fucking just gets me every time is seeing those patients that are in a nursing home. They're miserable, but they're losing their memory and shit like that. Maybe like early stages of Alzheimer's. They're just bad enough to where they can't take care of themselves. They can't really move. And they're still kind of with it, though. Like, they know what's going on, or, and I'll be talking to, one, and, she'll repeat herself, or, and stuff like that, and she'll realize it's just, oh, did I forget again? And, it just fucking breaks my heart, because they just, to be aware and realize that I'm starting to knock on that door now. Like, I've lived my life at this point, and it's actually coming to that point where, it's about to come to an end. And to go in every day and just know that, and just basically wait for your symptoms to get worse, or wait for you just to not comprehend anything, or just wait for yourself to die. It just seems like a very slow and miserable way just to be trapped in your own body. And I really feel so much for those patients, because I would never want that. I would never ever want that. Just to slowly just become a vegetable, and just watch it all just slowly slip away. It's heartbreaking. Can't stand it. And then, like, there's even significant others that are just like, oh, I just can't really take care of her much anymore. And, we've been married for like 50 something years. She's birthed 4 beautiful children. And, I love her so very much, but there's some mornings where I'll, get her ready, and the woman I fell in love with, 50 plus years ago doesn't even remember who I am. And it's hard to come home and bitch and moan about the dishes not being done after, being on a shift with that stuff. And just getting off that shift, my last shift before this weekend, I was fucking, I had some bullshit happen, and just, I had to stay a little bit later than I fucking wanted to, and like, oh, I'm hungry, and, just all this fucking shit that could very easily just not, I could very easily just not waste my energy on that. And I just really need to value the time that I have, and, appreciate the things like this fucking supermoon, or this fucking huge, just floating rock in space that's just always been there. And that the planet's been around for so long. It doesn't care about all that heartbreaking stuff I just talked about. It doesn't care, about And yeah, so it's seen the end of worlds for species. Like the dinosaurs, the ice age. It's seen some shit, and who knows how many other phases the Earth went through before all this. And so looking at that supermoon really just once again, just punched me in the dick and brought me, back to reality that, hey, look, I mean, at the grand scheme of all this, I mean, in a grand universal perspective, none of this shit matters. None of this shit fucking matters. And why am I going to sweat the small shit when I only have so much time to worry about? Or to look forward to, I mean. My days are already numbered, and why the fuck am I going to waste my time, worrying about that petty shit? And so that's how my weekend started. And, it's a nice little reality check. Just a nice little, tug on the nuts just to remind you that, hey, I have a pulse and I need to not fucking waste it. And it's that kind of mindset that helps me fight my inner bitch. Like going for runs and shit. I fucking hate cardio. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And to combat my fucking laziness and hate of cardio, I signed up for a marathon in October. And it's going to be in Portland. And I just decided to skip the half marathon, and Mama didn't raise no bitch. So I'm going to challenge myself and run this fucking marathon, and let's just see how it goes. I gave myself plenty of time to train for it. So, it's in October of 2018. So with it being January now, I feel like a fat sack of shit if I didn't at least finish this thing. That'd be stupid. And that's another reason why I kind of want to bring this up on the podcast and stuff like that, because it's going to hold me more accountable to my goals. Now that, there's however many listeners, viewing this, I feel like it's keep your goals to yourself to an extent, but if you feel like it's going to push you to really strive or train or help you improve yourself to achieve your goal, then yeah, get it out there. Hold yourself accountable. Fuck it. Fake it till you make it. That's how I fucking do it. It's funny. Not even really being in the medical field for too long, I'm just kind of realizing that that's pretty much what most of people in the medical field do. They just fucking fake it till they make it. Like, everyone's just kind of fucking bullshitting themselves. It's just, are you going to kind of punk out and seem like you don't know what the fuck you're doing and make the person across from you feel uncomfortable? Or are you going to fucking tug on your nuts and fucking practice some medicine? I'm just fucking around. It's not everyone, but more than I expected, for sure. Like, there's some people I'm just, I'll come across either in the ER or even some doctors was like, how the fuck do you have this job? Like, it's just fucking crazy. And just a bunch of smart chimps helping, a bunch of smart chimps. It's a weird profession I'm in. It's fucking funny and it's stupid how someone could be on the verge of death, like having a heart attack, and still find a way to be a fucking asshole to you. Like, I mean, I'm only here to, fucking get you to where you need to be to get your fucking stupid heart to start pumping blood again. And you're bitching about me stretching your shirt out a little bit. I know you using a coupon, you got 20% off this blouse from Macy's, but if you're not fucking alive to wear it, I mean, I guess I could put it on you in your coffin or whatever the fuck, It's amazing to me how materialistic we've gotten over the years, and also how inconsiderate a lot of people are nowadays. And I mean, by no means am I a saint or anything like that. I've definitely had my fair share of fuck ups, but I'll usually at least try to flip the coin and look at it from the other perspective before mouthing off and being a fucking asshole. I guess the moral of the story is the world's gonna outlive your problems. Don't be a dick. Well, the problem I've been having lately is just stuff like trying to understand how the fuck something like a narwhal came about. Like, it's like a goddamn water unicorn. Like, it's a whale with like a toothpick for a nose. It's like a water rhino that just fucking went half-ass on the nose. And like, what's the purpose? Like, how the fuck do you fence with your nose? Or do you like fucking How do you turn in tight spaces? Do you seriously have to like back up like a semi just to get out of tight corners? Like what adaptation made it necessary for you to grow a giant wooden sword in the front of your face? And like I don't get it. I don't understand. And that's the kind of shit that gets me staying up till 2, 3 in the morning, realizing, oh shit, I need to go to bed. I have work at like 8 or like 7. And like I don't get it. Like what does it eat? I'm sure like krill or like shrimp or something. But who the fuck are you gonna fight off with that thing? And why are baboons' asses so goddamn big? Like, what made that adaptation necessary? Like, let's just get, a small monkey and give it a giant, bright red, sunburnt cherry tomato ass that looks just like one big hemorrhoid. Are they just like an ancient ancestor of like Nicki Minaj or something? I don't get it. What's the point? I'd be worried about popping my ass by sitting on a twig or something. And I wonder if Nicki Minaj worries about that shit too. The amount of random garbage that fills my head is obscene. And I need something like this, like a podcast, just to fucking get it out there. Or else I'll go fucking insane. Who knows? Maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe some of y'all feel the same way. Probably not. But fuck it. This is background noise. Terrible plug. But moving forward. We're in the midst of making this a video podcast, just working on getting the cameras and fine-tuning how we're going to kind of get the layout of the studio and all that good stuff. I already recorded a new intro song for the podcast. The stuff I was using before, the song in the beginning of this podcast, is just something that you could get from iMovie, is what I'm using to kind of edit this stuff. And I'm going to try and be as original and authentic as I possibly can. So I went ahead and wrote a new intro song that's about 45 seconds. And I'll probably input it as soon as I can get a good intro. I have a buddy of mine that's a graphic designer and really good with this stuff, and we can collab and get a cool intro, for the podcast and add the music to it. So those are short-term goals and all that good stuff. We're working on getting a website up and going to iTunes and, getting all that shit squared away also. That should be, ready and done hopefully by the end of next month. I don't see why I wouldn't. Fuck it. Gotta put my mind to it and it'll get done. And speaking of getting shit done, what are y'all doing to challenge yourself? Are you going to school for something, or are y'all, challenging yourself just to make each day better and better? Are you challenging yourself just to be in a better mood? Are you challenging yourself to get exercise? Maybe eat better? Or are you just challenging yourself just to take shit one day at a time and be happy? I challenge you to challenge yourself if you're not, because it's definitely helped me a lot. And doing shit like this is just the only way that I can really get through my daily life without going fucking insane. Because I know I'm the type of person that if I get into a grind, into a normal routine of things and get real complacent, I just start going stir crazy and I'll start getting cranky. My fuse will get shorter. I have less inspiration to do shit. I find it harder and harder to just be happy about anything. Not necessarily be upset or sad or anything like that, but just have a hard time being happy or excited about anything. And that's where I think you start kind of getting in trouble with yourself. At that point, you're kind of wasting your time, I feel. And going back to the subject before that we were talking about, time is definitely the most valuable thing that you can ever possess, because you never really know when you're going to run out. And so I challenge you all to make a goal, and whether it be weekly goals or daily goals or monthly goals, whatever, anything, fuck it. Write down 3 goals every morning, just even if one of them is just like be positive. You'll look back at the end of the night and you'll see, and you'll know if you actually fucking achieved that or not. And it's quite satisfying when you actually will go and mark off shit off your list and just have yourself a good day. You just gotta take shit in stride. People want to take big leaps and bounds, but they fucking forget that you got to plant your foot before taking your next step. And I was real guilty of that for a while, and just really, I could never find myself being satisfied with anything. I never really found inspiration for anything else either, and just fell into a rut, and it's easy to get depressed at that point. But yeah, just finding hobbies has really, really helped me out with that, and just whenever you have nothing to do, push yourself to do something. Whenever I have nothing to do, I'll either take the pups out, draw a little bit, maybe play some guitar, and now, because I've forced myself to challenge myself with some things, I'm going to be, like I said, running the marathon in October, and I get shit like this started, like the podcast. I'm just doing what I normally would do with, my friends and people who, want to learn from, just fucking talk, pick their brain a little bit. And I know today's a little bit of an exception, but, it's kind of a quick release, kind of releases some endorphins after I'm done doing this, because I know I'm being productive one way or another. At least to me, I'm being productive. And if y'all enjoy this, fucking A, that just makes it that much better. And I'm gonna just continue to give this maximum effort, and we'll just see where this shit goes. I already have a sponsor, I got Trident clothing company and all that good stuff, and I wasn't expecting that so early on, and it's fucking cool. They got a lot of cool shit. They got a really neat logo, strong message, and a lot of cool promos also that, I'll be probably advertising here sooner or later. But go check it out, whenever you get a chance. It's tridentclothingshop.com, and, just you be the judge. You see if you like it. I think you will. I do. And we got some more Baby Brother Beatdown Breakdown episodes coming up. That's the MMA segment of my podcast. And we got some cool shit coming up. We got UFC 226. That's probably going to be the biggest card of this first, quarter of the year, possibly. It's going to be a lot of really big names on that card. And we're also going to go to the UFC Fight Night here in Austin, Texas, featuring Donald Cerrone here in the end of February. So we're going to catch that. We're going to videotape not necessarily the fights, but we'll do clips and stuff like that of us getting there, and the whole spiel. We'll do the whole 9 yards with that, and it'll be fun. It'll be a real good time, and then we'll come back and do a breakdown of the fights we just watched, and just stay tuned to all that good stuff. And like I said before, I got some new guests coming onto the podcast real soon. A lot of really awesome ones I would really love to get on here and pick their brains a little bit. So like, subscribe, all that good shit. And we got some big changes coming up here real soon with the podcast, and I think you'll really like it. Well, thanks for listening. Again, my name's Kane. This is Background Noise. I'm out. Take it easy.